Hey, are you a high achiever who struggles with perfectionism? Do you get stuck in the cycle of overthinking? Do you do everything for everyone else because you think otherwise it won't get done? Do you feel like you should come with a disclaimer? Hi, I'm anxious. Hey, I'm Katy. Full disclosure, I'm not a therapist, doctor, or mental health professional. I'm just a career mama who also struggles with anxiety. For me, anxiety reared its head at the most inconvenient times when I wanted to be present with my family, at those high pressure business meetings, when I was laying in bed awake at night worrying instead of sleeping. I just wanted to relax and be able to have fun, and I know that you do too. What if you found tools to manage your anxiety? What if you knew how to enjoy life even though you are anxious? Look, it's time to put down that third cup of coffee and swap it for some lemon water. We're going to get control over anxiety so it can stop controlling you. Let's go, girl. Hello, friends. Do you ever think to yourself that you'd like to have more fun? Or do you delay fun because you feel like you have too much to do, or that you don't deserve to have fun because you have to earn it first? If this sounds like you, dear high achiever, then this episode is one you must listen to. Before we get started today, I'd like to read a podcast review left by one of my listeners, Mixie MB30. Mixie says, "This podcast has so many helpful tips that are simple and actionable. It's so relatable and makes me feel like I'm not alone in my anxiety struggles. I love that the episodes are quick and to the point." Mixie, thank you so much for taking this time to leave the review. You are absolutely not alone in your anxiety struggles, friend, because I'm here with you. I'm so glad to hear that you have found so many helpful, simple, and actionable tips in the episodes. Thank you for sharing this review and for being here with me. And friends, I would so appreciate if you would also go rate and review the podcast in Apple Podcasts. It's helpful for podcasts that are just starting out to receive reviews, and I'd truly appreciate your feedback. Your feedback helps me create shows that you want to hear. Today, I'm going to talk with you about a topic that is near and dear to my heart, and that is about having more fun. I was talking with a really ambitious woman the other day about how to strategize getting more done in the day, and the topic of fun came up, and she commented that making time for fun was out of the question for her, based on the size of her to-do list. So I thought of this question that my coach, Lauren Cash, taught me. I'll link where you can find Lauren in the show notes. Lauren taught me to ask, how can I make this fun? I love this question so much and find myself asking it more and more often. And this question, more than any other attempt I've made to try to have more fun, has actually helped me to have more fun. Like most high achieving women I know, I tend to delay fun, telling myself that I need to get work done first or earn the right to have fun, and I rarely intentionally make time for fun in my life. What I love about this question, how can I make this fun, is that it doesn't require me to try to get more done in the day so that I can go have fun, but it makes me shift my mindset so that I can figure out how I can have a little more fun with what I'm already doing. Doesn't that sound amazing to you? Who doesn't want to have more fun? So, I'm going to share with you 3 ways I've recently used this question to help me have more fun. And while I'm sharing, I hope that you'll think about ways you could also use this question to help yourself have more fun. In my job, the fall is an especially busy season. I find that there are days when I've gone hours without getting to eat or drink something, and I often fill my lunch breaks with work calls. This was the case for me recently, and I had one particular day where I got so overwhelmed that I didn't know what to do next. My to-do list was out of control, and I was struggling to prioritize what needed to get done. Then I thought to myself, how can I make this fun? To be totally honest, I kind of snorted aloud to myself, like, seriously, I can't make this fun. This is awful. But I've asked myself that question enough where I knew it is helpful. And I took a moment and said, how can I make this fun? And as I did that, I looked at my desk and I saw these peach tea drops that I have. I bought them because they're so tasty and they were kind of expensive, so I find myself thinking that I'll save them for when I really want them or a special occasion. So I went to the break room, filled my cup with some fresh water and ice, and put some of these peach tea drops in my water. And just getting that little break in action to do something nice for myself and then actually getting to drink my yummy peach tea instead of staring at it and saying saving it for a special day was all the boost that I needed to decide what to prioritize next on my to-do list and to get to work again. And it felt fun to me. It was fun to enjoy this little treat that I'd given myself while I was also getting my work done. The second way that I used this question recently was on a busy work night. I find that work nights are filled with making dinner, bath time, chores, and cleanup, and trying to get everyone to bed after a long day so that we can get up and do it all again the next day. I was making supper, and my oldest was begging to play with me. I kept saying I needed to make dinner and we could play later, and the begging continued. I was getting frustrated, and then I thought, how can I make this fun? So I suggested we eat our dinner outside picnic style, and my family was thrilled. We shifted from me trying to make dinner while being begged to play and getting frustrated by the situation to working to set up our picnic outside. It really wasn't that much extra effort to set down a blanket and our food outside instead of at the table, and it ended up being fun sitting outside and eating dinner. The third way that I've used this question recently, when I was doing some work for my business, I had planned to spend a few hours working and dreaded spending a nice summer day in my basement office working. So I asked myself, how can I make this fun? I love being outside when it's beautiful out. So I took my laptop and iced coffee outside and did my work out there. We have a patio with some furniture set up on it, and my husband had internet installed so it would reach out there. I was able to get my work done and enjoy sitting outside. So instead of feeling like I was wasting a beautiful summer day working in the basement, it felt so luxurious and fun to work outside with my yummy iced coffee. Win-win. Doesn't that sound easy? And you can do this too, friends, and I encourage you to. You deserve to have more fun in your life. You work hard, and it's totally okay for you to have fun. You will still get the work done. I promise. This is your permission slip to have fun. That's all for today, friends. The next time you feel overwhelmed by work, or when you're doing a task you dread doing, please ask yourself, how can I make this fun? And then have a little fun, okay? Thanks for listening, and I look forward to talking with you next week. Hey friend, thanks for being here. Did today's episode help you feel more in control of your anxiety? Did it inspire you to rest or relax? Or maybe it challenged you to really look at why anxiety is a part of your life. If so, I'd love to hear from you. If you would take 30 seconds, pause this episode, scroll down in Apple Podcasts, and leave me a review, I would be so grateful. See you next week. Disclaimer, I am not a medical professional, and this podcast is not providing therapy or medical treatment. Contents of the podcast are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your healthcare provider with your health questions and concerns.